Bleaching powder, calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2. Try this. Take a piece of colored cloth. Put some saturated solution of bleaching powder on a small part and observe. What change takes place in the color of the cloth? Answer.
Now you can see the color of the cloth when you put a saturated solution of bleaching powder on the cloth, colored cloth. That portion where you have put those drops of bleaching powder solution will turn white or becomes dull, because bleaching powder, as the name says, bleach means it will make the color dull, it will remove the color, or it will fade the color. That's why that portion will either become white or become slightly, as you can see, it's a yellowish shirt, so it will become something like light yellow, and if you put keep on putting it may even become white, so it will bleach out the color, because it's called bleaching. That's why it's called bleaching powder. Okay.
Tap water has a typical strong odor in the rainy season. Water in a swimming pool also has the same odor.
Now, what do you mean by odor? Odor means smell. Okay, just to some students may not know what is odor, so just to tell you all, odor means smell.
It is the odor of the chlorine gas used to destroy the microbes in the water. Chlorine gas is a strong oxidizing agent, and therefore it has a strong disinfecting as well as bleaching action.
So when you put bleaching powder, yeah, all of you must have gone to swimming pool or to a resort, in a swimming pool in a resort, or maybe in your locality. So you have seen they put bleaching powder. So what happens when you put bleaching powder in water? Chlorine gas is released, and this chlorine gas, being a strong oxidizing agent, it will disinfect the water. That way it will kill all the germs in the water. That's why it's called disinfectant. It is a strong disinfectant, and it has got a strong bleaching action also. So you realize when you go to the swimming pool, your skin turns little blackish. Yeah, you must have realized that, no? Whenever you go to a swimming pool and you are there in the swimming for a long time, your skin tends to turn little blackish, no? The color changes. That is because of bleaching action. And why the germs die? Because of disinfecting action. So bleaching powder, what you call calcium oxychloride, has a disinfecting action also, a germ killing action, as well as a bleaching action, where the color of the cloth or the skin will change.
Chlorine is inconvenient to handle because of its gaseous state. Instead, the solid bleaching powder, which has the same effect, is more convenient to use. Bleaching powder undergoes slow decomposition due to the carbon dioxide in air, and chlorine gas is released. Bleaching powder gets its property because of this release of chlorine gas. Bleaching powder is obtained by the reaction of chlorine gas with slaked lime.
So what is slaked lime? Slaked lime, as you have learnt in the earlier chapter, slaked lime is nothing but calcium hydroxide. Okay, there are two types of lime. Quick lime is calcium oxide, what you call chuna, and slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. So when you put the chuna in water, when you put calcium oxide in water, you get calcium hydroxide. So calcium oxide, when you mix it with water, it will react with the water to form calcium hydroxide, which you call slaked lime. I hope it is clear. So calcium oxide is quick lime and calcium hydroxide is slaked lime.
Properties and uses. 1. Bleaching powder is a yellowish, white-colored solid substance. 2. Its chemical name is calcium oxychloride. 3. It has a strong odor of chlorine gas. 4. It is used for disinfection of drinking water at the water works and the water in the swimming pool. 5. It is used for bleaching of cloth. 6. It is used for disinfection by the roadside and garbage sites. 7. Dilute sulfuric acid and dilute hydrochloric acid react rapidly with bleaching powder to release chlorine gas completely. 8. Calcium oxychloride reacts slowly with carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate and chlorine.
So I hope these properties are clear. Once again, see the third property, boys. It has a strong odor of chlorine gas. So whenever you expose bleaching powder to air, it will, what will happen? Chlorine gas will get released. Chlorine gas will get released. As you've seen in the one of the earlier reactions, they showed that reaction, no? Okay. So if you keep it open, it will lose. It will give out all the chlorine gas, and that bleaching powder will become as good as useless. Okay, it will lose its disinfecting action or a bleaching action. So you need to keep it closed as far as possible, the bleaching powder, because if you open it, the chlorine gas, and the main thing is the chlorine gas. So if the chlorine gas goes out, then it's useless. It's like thumbs up, no? If all the gas goes out, carbon dioxide gas goes out, you don't enjoy drinking the thumbs up, right? Same thing with the bleaching powder. So if it is what you call, if the chlorine gas is, if you expose it for a long time and the chlorine gas it reacts with the air and gives off all the chlorine gas, all the chlorine goes out, then it becomes useless. It won't disinfect anything. It can't be used for disinfection or bleaching purpose. And you must have also seen in your villages during the rainy season, a little before the rainy season, especially during the rainy season, they put uh, bleaching powder into the well water. So why? Because to kill all the germs, and especially there are a lot of these algae and all which try to grow, the slippery algae, and some of these algae can be slightly toxic. So to kill all these algae which grow in the water and the germs, they put the bleaching powder in the well. And even in the water purification plant from where we get our drinking water, the municipal corporation people, they also add chlorine bleaching powder in the water, so to kill the germs, especially during the rainy season. So let's proceed.
Washing soda, Ne2CO3H2O. Try this. Procedure. Take a sample of water from a well or a bore well in a beaker, add some soap to it and stir. Then take another sample, add 1 spoonful of washing soda and stir. Then add some soap and stir again. Observe the changes that take place. Observation. The hard water from a well or a bore well becomes soft on adding washing soda, and we come to know this from the lather formed on it. The hardness of water is due to the presence of chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium in it.
So we have learned in your lower classes there are two types of hardness. You have temporary hardness and permanent hardness. So if you want, so if the water has got permanent hardness, which is due to the chlorides and sulfates of magnesium and calcium, then it can be removed by adding washing soda. So when you put soap in hard water, in well water, which is hard water, so it will not form any lather or jhag jo hota na, what you call foam or lather. But when you put it in when you add washing soda to that well water, then the washing soda will remove the hardness and make it soft. The water will become soft water, and then it will form lather, as you can see in the right hand side beaker. So you also have something called as temporary hardness, okay, which is due to the bicarbonates of, if there are bicarbonates of calcium, magnesium If they are present in the water, then it is called temporary hardness. And this temporary hardness can be removed by boiling. But the permanent hardness, which is due to the chlorides and sulfates of calcium, magnesium, can be only removed by adding washing soda. Okay. Just to revise what you learned in your lower classes, boys. So let's proceed.
Na2CO3 is added to it to soften such water and make it suitable for use. The reaction with Na2CO3 causes the formation of insoluble carbonate salts of magnesium and calcium. Sodium carbonate is a water-soluble salt of sodium. Crystalline sodium carbonate, on keeping, loses its water of crystallization readily and a white powder is obtained. This powder is called washing soda. Properties and uses. 1. Washing soda is a whitish and odorless powder at room temperature. 2. Litmus has a blue color in its aqueous solution. 3. It is hygroscopic, that is, it absorbs moisture if left exposed to air.
So talking about hygroscopic, washing soda is hygroscopic means it will absorb the moisture from the air. So you cannot keep it open, especially during rainy season. Because rainy season there is a lot of moisture in the air, so it will absorb the moisture from the air and become wet. Like salt also is hygroscopic. The common salt, table salt which we use, cooking salt, is also hygroscopic. So it absorbs moisture. So also sugar, no, mummy must have told you not to put a wet spoon in the sugar because it forms lumps. It is hygroscopic to some. Okay, so it's so also washing soda is hygroscopic. And it is, as you can see, the first property, it is odorless. Odorless means it doesn't have any smell. Okay, no smell. We saw bleaching powder had a smell, no, chlorine gas. It was giving out chlorine gas, so it had that smell.
4. It is used mainly for washing clothes. 5. Sodium carbonate is used in the glass and paper industry and also in refining of petrol.